Thank you all. Coach, I have to do this. An opening comment.
Yeah, sure. Incredible basketball game. I think, both teams played extremely hard, and, credit North Carolina with an incredible season. And, they have a very talented group, and Courtney's done a great job building that program. So this is a great win for us because it puts us in the Sweet 16, but also just I have so much respect for North Carolina. So we beat a great opponent today.
Great. Thank you. Raise your hands, and we'll state your name and your organization. We'll get the microphone to you.
Thomas Costello, Langer and Holy Land, for you, Coach, and players. Also, the drawing up that last play, was that the game plan to get into JC's hands?
Yeah, it was. The plan was to get in JC's hands for sure. It didn't go exactly the way we wanted it. Just got a little fouled up on our timing, and they guarded it well. They guarded the initial action really well. Ebony made a great decision not passing the initial one to JC because she really wasn't open. And then we swung the ball back around and got it back in her hands. And, I told him in the locker room, sometimes it's about X's and O's, and sometimes it's about having the best player on the court.
JC, I know you're going to get it. You want to just go ahead and comment on the play then?
Yeah, I think, like Coach said, Ebony did a great job. Kind of like he said, it didn't go as planned, and she made a great play there, and that's what led to that bucket. So I think keeping our composure in that situation was huge, keeping possession of the ball, and that was all Ebony.
Go ahead, Dan.
JC, Dan from 11 Warriors, just to have the year that you've had, does that make this moment that much more special?
Yeah, it's always special to win. I think, winning is always our top priority, especially in March. I mean, it's hard to win, so it's awesome. Winning is fun, and we got a group of competitors, so it's extra special for us.
Ebony, for you, when JC has the ball in her hands at the end of the game, how much confidence does that give you that she's going to be able to make a play?
Oh, 100% confidence. JC does this day in and day out, so we practice a lot of tough situations so that we're prepared for moments like this when games come. And regardless, if she would have missed it, I would have been there to help her. At the end of the day, we do a great job of having each other's backs, and whatever it took to win, we were going to do it.
Braden Mills, Buckeye Sports Bulletin. For Kevin, the entire second half of the season, you were talking about we're holding off on bringing JC back for the stretch run to have her available for that run there. Is this the type of big moment you had in mind when you're thinking we're saving her for this?
Yeah, of course. Obviously she's such a great player, and we would want her in every game for as many minutes as possible. But just due to an unfortunate injury, we didn't have that. But I think JC and the trainer worked really, really hard to get back and to have a chance to impact us like she's doing down the stretch. And I think some good decisions were made from the medical staff and from JC and their collaboration to kind of get it right the time that we brought her back. And then kind of, the Big Ten tournament was awesome to have her there. And then we've just been able to build up her minutes. And so awesome to have her back.
And for Ebony, the performance you had today, is this kind of what you had in mind for yourself when you made the decision to transfer to Ohio State?
Yeah, in a sense, but at the end of the day, it's just playing for the people that I'm surrounded with. They support me in so many different ways other than basketball, and just thinking that I transferred this many times, they took a chance on me. Just from that, I knew that I had to give them my very best. So day in and day out, I just want to do whatever I can to help my team and help the program and, support our fans in a way.
Over here to the left.
Deion Cash, Fox Sports Dayton. Coach, I've been up here a couple times to check you guys out. Straight grind out game here. Came down to the last minute. A lot of emotions, but I see you make that customary walk over to do your radio interview. How did that feel today? And JC with the big shot, obviously that's clutch. And with you having a big game, how did it feel to come out on top at home in a kind of a crazy season of sorts for you guys?
Yeah, it was really exciting at the end. I think it kind of speaks to it is a great walk across the court because we had another incredible crowd. I thought the crowd was once again really impactful, and especially for a 4 o'clock tip, for everybody to find a way to get here. So that was really cool to have the crowd there supporting us like they did.
Yeah, I think it was really special, like you said, being at our home court one more time this year, and in March makes it even that much more special. And I think sometimes in March specifically, you got to find a way to win, and that's what we did today, and we did it together.
Senior leadership, I know that's big. You have a lot of key seniors, including 2 right here. You guys kind of had to step up late in the game. Is that kind of an automatic thing, or is it more kind of like you said, just calling plays and stuff like that?
We certainly like the ball in JC's hands as much as possible down the stretch, and even if it's not a shot for her, she's going to facilitate and make everybody around her better. And I'm really proud of Ebony. we've all in the program watched her in practice and flashes in games of what she did today. And this was her best game and biggest moment when we needed it the most. And so really happy for her and proud of her, because I've been telling her all, for a long time, like, you're capable of really impacting us at a high level, and she was awesome tonight.
Thomas Costello, Langren, follow up to that, Ebony. Talking to Taylor Mike still outside the locker room, she mentioned 2 weeks ago is kind of like a point where you started really maybe going hard in practice. Like, what happened 2 weeks ago, or what have you been doing the last couple weeks to prepare you for this weekend?
Yeah, I just been trying my best to get better every day. But at the end of the day, too, we're in March Madness, the NCAA tournament, and it's win or go home. And I think one of our coaches made a comment in the locker room before we started games, like, this is never going to be the same team again. And that just speaks a lot, when you think back to, like, your high school days, that last game, when you never know what's just going to be your last game, or, this may be their last year. So I want to do whatever I can for the people that won't be here next year. I want to make this season special because we have a special team.
Haley Johnson, Columbus Dispatch. Kevin, we've talked a lot about comebacks over the last few weeks, and today you guys are ahead pretty much the whole game, but have to kind of fend off North Carolina trying to get ahead. How much do you learn about your team in a game like this where you're able to hold them off at the end?
Yeah, we had a chance, I thought, to really pull away and put the game out of reach, but we got really sloppy with the basketball. We had 21 turnovers today, which is really high for us. Now, credit North Carolina's defense. They've got good athletes, they quick hands, and they do a lot of great stuff. But I was really proud down the stretch. Nobody panicked. We kept executing and digging in to try to get stops. But there was a sense of determination that we were going to find a way to come away with the win.
Mike A-Rage from the Columbus Dispatch, and piggybacking on Bailey here. Was anyone spooked because you guys had to lead the whole game right up until 2 minutes and change? Is for anyone, did anyone look at the scoreboard at that point and say?
No, I think, we did a great job in that moment, keeping our composure and staying focused on winning. I think whether we like it or not, we've been down a couple times this year and had to fight back, and we've done it. So we've been there before, so we're familiar with that feeling. And I think at that moment, we just all come together and remain confident and, keep the eyes on winning, and that's what we did.
I also think it's a reflection of the leadership and the, probably as importantly, the chemistry, because I think, coming down the stretch when mistakes are made, if you don't have a cohesive group, there's a lot of finger pointing. But we don't have that. Our kids stay together, and I think that gives us the resolve to be able to come away with some of these close wins.
Got time for a couple more questions over here to the left. Go ahead, sir.
Crazy atmosphere in here. How did that help you guys, and how does it feel to get a win in front of the home team?
No, all season our fans have been awesome, and we had an incredible crowd the other night against James Madison, and then today to have a 4 o'clock tip and to have as many people show up as we did just really speaks to this community and how they support women's athletics, specifically women's basketball. And I think people are really taking to this team because of how hard we play, and just the character that you can see of the young women in our program. People are really getting behind us, and it's really cool.
Braden Moles, Buckeye Sports Bulletin. Kevin, teams always talk about this time of year wanting to play your best basketball in March. With the physical nature of these last couple games, do you feel you're also playing your most physical basketball at this point, peaking there? Yeah,
we're playing really, really hard, and we're playing with a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and a lot of physicality. I still think we can play better. I don't. It's hard to change your team this time of year. I don't think you're going to make significant changes, but I think we can have a week ahead to where we address some things to just be the best version of ourselves when we show up in Seattle.
Kevin, you guys could potentially have UConn in the next round. Obviously, the team has had so much success in March. Just what are your early thoughts on that potential matchup? Yeah,
if it ends up being them, they've obviously got an incredible program and a history of winning at the highest level, and I've watched them some this year, and they've had a season sort of like ours in that injuries have really impacted it, and they've had the highest of highs, and they've also had a few lows, mostly because of they just haven't had the same team throughout the year. But fortunately for them, they're getting way more healthy here down the stretch. So I think if it ends up being them, we'll see the best UConn team that they've had this season.
JC, obviously UConn is your former teammate, Ulash over there. Just what would that be like to potentially play against her?
Yeah, that would be really cool. Like you said, if it ends up being them, that's awesome. They're a really great team, really great program. But we're excited. They got a good group, and so do we. So we're up for the challenge. So we're really excited.
JC, Ebony, Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations and all the best in Seattle.